I've got a 2001 Jeep Wrangler TJ and the blend motor, blend damper door motor quit working, so that now even on a nice cool day when I put the selector switch on vents and slide it all the way over to cool, I get warm air because the blend door is not changing position, so it's putting the air through the heater core, which has always got water flowing through it. So what I need to do is replace the motor, my blend door motor. So I ordered a new one. This is it. Comes with the little gear thing here too that goes in there, and in case the one that I've got's broken. Takes a 5/16 socket to remove the screws, and I'll probably use this 1/4-inch socket. If not, I might just switch over to that screwdriver just so I can feel it by hand. Now, unfortunately, where this actuator motor is located is underneath the glove box on the passenger side. So I would have to climb in upside down, stick my head under the dash to see where everything is. So what I've done is I put a makeup mirror from my wife's collection underneath so that I could see what I'm doing in the mirror. And it's a little bit tricky because with the transmission hump over here and the slope, it's hard to get the mirror to be in a position where it really is very helpful. But for where it is right now isn't too bad. I can see where the 3 screws that hold it in are located. I was also able to get my hand up there, in there already, and disconnect the wire harness that goes to it. I just had to pinch it and pull it out. It came out real easy. But I can't pull it down out of there. I don't know if you can see that. I can't pull it down out of there because it's over the top. It's over the top of the motor, and it won't fit down behind it. And I can't take it around it because of the connection to the damper motor. So I'll just leave it there. It's not doing any harm. And I'll pull out the 3 screws and see if I can drop that box out of there and put the new one in. So we'll see where we go from here. Well, the mirror idea worked good for figuring out what it looked like, but as far as getting the screws out, it's a really tight, short distance between the screws and the hump. So the mirror was getting in the way, and I tried using the socket, and it was just like too complicated with the extension and trying to work backwards in the mirror. Got to be too much. So I'm going to use the socket still, but without an extension because there's not enough room to use an extension. It's up against the hump. So I've taken out the mirror and I've thrown, what do you call these, moving blankets over the lip here so that I can try and crawl in there upside down and get an eyeball on it so I can just do it directly. This is going to be a pain in the butt. I'm too old to be doing this. I might have to call in one of my younger friends to come and give me a hand, but we'll see how it goes. I got 1 screw out, the one that was closest to me and didn't have any restrictions on distance because of the hump. So here I am. I got 2 more screws to go. We'll see how it goes. Well, by climbing in there and being able to look at it straight on, I was able to figure out the back screw. So I got 2 screws out now. But I couldn't see it, but I could feel it back there and take it off with the socket wrench. But you know, it was pretty tough. And I had to keep repositioning the socket wrench until I got it all the way out. But the next one is going to be really tricky. Can I get a picture of it there? I don't know. But it's right above the hump there. I don't have much space. Wish I could get a better picture. But it's right above the hump. And hard to get my finger in there. So I'm going to have to come up with some kind of a... And get out of the way of the red wire. I'm going to have to come up with some way to go in there sideways. You know, they got those little stubby offset screwdrivers, but it's not a screw, it's a 5/16 socket. So I'm going to have to come up with something. But I think I've got a couple of little cheap tool sets that it might come up with some kind of adapter to get that out of there. We'll see. Well, I found this among my little tool collection, and this might work. It's a I don't know what you call it, an offset screwdriver socket thingy. So I've got this that goes in there the way, and 5/16 and 5/16 socket. So let's see if this concoction will work. I don't know. Still looks like it might be too much length on that. We'll give it a whirl. Well, it's working, but it's a little tight. It's hitting against the tunnel, so it's at kind of a slight angle. It's not quite on there straight, but it is starting to come out. So, God, it's going to be a bitch getting these back in. Anyway, let's see where I go from here. Well, I got that last screw about halfway out, and I just can't turn it anymore because my hands are too slippery, and all I can fit on there is just the socket. So I've got one more trick up my sleeve. Went into my bag of goodies in my trusty onboard toolbox, and I've got this swivel joint, quarter inch drive swivel, and this might let me get up in there and get that sucker out. So we'll give this a whirl. Well, that did the trick. There's the old actuator motor right there, or damper motor, whatever you call it. This was the concoction that finally saved me. A screwdriver with a adjustable knuckle thing and a 5/16 socket. I was able to get right on it and take it out. So looks like this is the tool you want to use, probably for putting it back in too. We'll see how that goes. All right, that's a little better. Now, comparing these two units, obviously this one's the old one. You can tell by all the dust and dirt on it. This is a new one. Size-wise, they match up good. My only concern is right here on this one, we have like a little set screw there that looks like it's a stop. So it prevents it from going past this place and prevents it from going past here, which I don't have on this one. There's no stop. So I don't know if that means it's going to jam the door and the door's going to get stuck, but anyways, the new one's going in and we'll see how it works. The old shaft connector stayed in there. And I'm going to pull it out and put the new one in. But I don't know if I can hold this here and point. That right there The old shaft connector. Ooh. Yeah, it doesn't want to come out. Maybe I'll just leave that one in there. It's in there tight. So I'll leave that one. And the other thing is this pin connector. On the new one, there's only four posts. On the one I took out, there's like 6 or 7 posts. But apparently only 4 of them make contact anyway, so that shouldn't be an issue. So I won't be using this because it's too hard to get the old one out. Anybody need a spare? Well, after all of that work, it still didn't solve my problem. So I don't know if the new motor I ordered is bad, or if maybe my wire connections are bad, or maybe there's a fuse somewhere that's blown. I have no idea. I know that when I had the old motor off, I was able to manually, with my fingers, move the shaft on the damper door back and forth, so I know the damper door is not stuck. But I don't know why it's not working. So back to the drawing board.